People competing in Ironman races run, swim, and bike for hundreds of miles in just a matter of hours. Well, reporter Jeff Merrill shows us how BYU is creating its own Ironmen and women, even though the race takes a little bit longer.
The signs are up and the equipment is ready and waiting, but there's still some confusion.
What is a Lazy Man Ironman?
This is BYU's second attempt at the Lazy Man Ironman. The first was a big success, but people still don't know exactly how a Lazy Man and an Ironman ended up in the same event. Ironman competitions are grueling to say the least. They swim a couple miles, bike more than 100 miles, then, if that wasn't enough, they run a marathon. And people who are lazy, well, don't do any of that. But don't let the name fool you.
Usually when you hear the word lazy, this is about what comes to mind. But really in this case, it looks a lot more like this. In fact, something this sweaty has never been called lazy before.
If anybody knows what an Ironman is, it's anything but lazy.
For those of us who can't compete with the real Ironmen, here's how it breaks down. Instead of doing it all in one try, you have 30 days. You run 26.2 miles, bike 112 miles, and swim 2.4 miles. Student Wellness gives you a card to keep track, and you mark off the miles as you go. And it's all completely on the honor system.
It's very reasonable to complete, but you have to be consistent.
The people at Student Wellness say it's a great way to get together with friends and encourage each other to exercise.
Have that camaraderie saying, oh, guess how many miles I did today and how are you doing it?
But if that doesn't strike your fancy, there could be other motives to do it.
Particularly the guys that aren't married, I tell them it's a cheap date. Find some girl and go jog.
Really what it comes down to, though, is a way to get people out and moving. It's a great thing to do, even if you don't finish.
If they don't complete the whole thing, then they're not out anything because they've still had fun and they've still gotten exercise.
People who did it last year loved it and are even coming back for more.
One of the requests we've had with the Lazy Man this year is, now are you going to do a different color shirt so that they don't have two of the same?
I had one guy email me saying, I already got started and my wife pointed out to me it doesn't start till November.
The Lazy Man Ironman starts November 1st and runs until November 30th. Just in time to work off that Thanksgiving dinner. You sign up here at the intramural office. It costs $5 to join, but if that's too steep...
If somebody just flat can't afford the $5, have them come see me and I'll float them alone, or I'll just give it to them.
Sounds like a deal to me. Jeff Merrill, BYU Weekly.